Imagine you're at a busy international airport, surrounded by travelers from all over the world. As you scan the crowd with your eyes, you spot someone wearing a t shirt from a local sports team back in your home city. Instantly, you feel a connection. Based just on a t shirt, this stranger feels familiar. This sense of connection, formed by something as simple as a shared interest, is the foundation of social identity theory. According to social identity theory, we derive a significant part of our identity from the social groups we belong to. We tend to categorize ourselves and others into various groups where we share characteristics. These characteristics may be quite fundamental, such as race, nationality, or religion, but we also form groups around arbitrary similarities. Groups may be made up of sports team fans, or people who have the same breed of dog, or commuters who take the same bus route, or even people who wear the same brand of sneakers. These subtle similarities can form connections. Generally speaking, every person conceptualizes two types of groups. Our in groups are the groups we identify with. We consider ourselves as members of these groups, while our out groups are those groups we don't identify with. We're not a member. The in groups we identify with play a crucial role in shaping our identity. They provide us with a sense of belonging. They define our values, they influence our beliefs, and they shape how we perceive the world. From early childhood, we begin to form our identities based on our group affiliations: family, peers, culture, and even hobbies. As we grow, our in groups evolve, but they remain powerful influences of our identity. The presence of an out group is essential for an in group because in group identity often relies on contrasting itself against the out group. The out group serves as a reference point, allowing the in group to draw distinctions and clarify its values. By observing behaviors seen as wrong or undesirable in out groups, in groups reinforce their standards of what is right and acceptable. For example, in politics, parties often strengthen their ideologies by opposing the values of the other party, creating a stark contrast that helps unify their membership base. Without the out group's contrasting beliefs, the in group may lack a clear sense of identity or purpose. So, why do we form in groups? Humans likely evolved to form in groups as a survival mechanism. In our ancestral environments, identifying and belonging to a tribe, while recognizing those outside the tribe, was essential for survival. This instinct is deeply rooted in our psychology and still shapes our modern social dynamics. This deep psychological need to form groups explains how, in extreme circumstances, people will accept even the loosest associations to form in groups. Driven by a need for safety, whether due to crisis, conflict, or uncertainty, the human tendency to align with others becomes heightened. Belonging to a group, however tenuous the connection, offers a sense of security and solidarity against perceived threats or challenges. For example, during natural disasters, survivors may form a strong bond based on shared experiences, even if they previously had very little in common. While forming in groups can foster cooperation and resilience in times of crisis, these loose associations often dissolve quickly once the immediate threat disappears. When the crisis ends, individuals often return to their established in groups, and the unity formed during stressful times fades away. The concept of social identity theory is important to understand because our group memberships strongly influence our perceptions and define our attitudes towards others. This distortion in perception is known as in group bias. It refers to our tendency to favor members of our in groups while being less favorable towards outsiders. Further to this, allowing an in group to define your identity can limit your personal growth and individuality. When you conform too closely to the norms and values of a group, you may suppress your own beliefs. This can lead to a loss of self awareness and prevent you from exploring new perspectives. In extreme cases, over identifying with an in group can create an us versus them mindset, fostering division and making it difficult to understand people outside your social circle. So, how can we overcome this? One of the most powerful strategies is remembering our individuality. When we recognize that everyone, ourselves included, is an individual rather than just a representative of a group, we begin to see past the group boundaries. Instead of defining someone solely by their group affiliation, we can remember that everyone has their own unique experiences, values, and perspectives. This mindset shifts our focus away from us versus them and encourages genuine connections on a personal level, helping to reduce bias and foster understanding across different groups. It's also important to recognize that our social identities are flexible. Just because we identify with one group doesn't mean we can't also appreciate and connect with others. The more we expose ourselves to different perspectives and different people, the more we break down the mental walls that create in group bias. In conclusion, understanding social identity theory and in group bias gives us the tools to better understand ourselves and the world around us. While our instinct to favor those who share our identity is natural, we have the power to transcend it. By expanding our in groups and recognizing the value in others, we not only become more compassionate and open minded, but we also gain a more comprehensive understanding of the world.